Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the World of Juice Hoops channel, and welcome back to another episode of the Los Angeles Lakers Flashback Rebuild. Episode 24, Season 24 is about to be underway. And now, if you remember from last episode, we've gone on a massive dynasty run where we have won the last 7 NBA championships. Yeah, I'm not joking. I didn't stutter there. You didn't mishear me. We've won the last 7 NBA championships. Giannis won 3 straight MVPs. Well, 2 straight MVPs. 3 straight finals MVPs. And we've won the last 7 titles. So you could say we're pretty much a dynasty at this point. We are the greatest dynasty in the history of NBA basketball. And we made some moves in the end of the last episode in the offseason. As you can see, we don't have Giannis anymore. We don't have Anthony Edwards anymore. I traded both those guys to try and make this team a little bit worse so that we're not just coasting through the seasons and winning championships every time. I'm trying to make other teams better. I traded Giannis to the Grizzlies to make them a little bit better. They did re-sign Tyrese Halliburton. So look at this starting 5. They have LaMelo, Tyrese, Giannis, and DeAndre Ayton. And then their small forward, I guess, is going to be Denzel Valentine, or maybe they move. I guess you can move Giannis now. Their small forward's kind of weak, but I mean, they have a big 4 that can contend alongside the Warriors, who are also pretty good. They have Luka, Hakeem, Mitchell Robinson. So that's a pretty good team. We also trade. Oh, and I forgot that the Portland Trailblazers they didn't re-sign. They signed Tracy McGrady, so he joins Bill Russell, Trae Young, Miles Bridges. That's a really good team. We also made a trade with, who did we make a trade with? It was with the, who did we trade him to? The Heat. That's right. We traded Anthony Edwards to the Miami Heat to make them a little bit better because they had Larry Bird and Evan Mobley, but now we add Anthony Edwards, and now their starting 5 is Murphy, Edwards, Larry Bird. They just drafted Malik Beasley, and then Evan Mobley in the center position. Okay. So that's a pretty good team. The Hawks have a trash team. I mean, they did sign Carmelo Anthony, but they've got a pretty bad team. It's not as bad as I thought. They did re-sign Casey Jones, so it makes it a little bit better. But I was trying to give some other teams that we haven't really heard of for a little bit, giving them some more firepower because we've got a lot of it. So that's what our team looks like. That's what around the league looks like. I'm excited. I'm excited for the season. I hope you guys are too. This is what the starting rotation is going to look like. The starting 5 is going to look like Magic, Kobe, Dr. J, Kevin Love, and Kareem. With Jordan, Curry, Ben Simmons, Jaylen Brown, Wiseman, Derrick Rose, who we drafted 2nd overall, which I was absolutely shocked by. I couldn't believe that Derrick Rose fell to 2 because the Utah Jazz had the number 1 overall pick, and they took Mr. Roy Hibbert out of Georgetown with the number 1 overall pick. It was almost a guarantee that Derrick Rose is going to go number 1, but he did not. He went number 2 overall to us. I wasn't even planning on taking him. I was pretty much convinced that we weren't going to get Derrick Rose, but he fell to us, so I will take it. And we don't have number 1 available. Who's wearing number 1? Do we have a guy wearing number 1? Or is number 1 retired? Number 1 might be retired in Laker history. There's so many jerseys retired with the Lakers. Number 1 is not retired, so somebody on the team is wearing it. Who's wearing number 1? Not Magic, not Kobe, not Dr. J, not Kevin, not Kareem, not Jordan, Curry. Oh, it's Ben Simmons. Ben Simmons is wearing number 1. Okay. So we can give Ben Simmons a different number. Probably, he wears 25 on the, or at least he did on the Sixers, right? Jersey number, we don't have 25. We'll give him 26. That's a good number. And then we'll go give Derrick Rose number 1. What number did Kevin Love wear in Minnesota? It was a big number, like in the 40s, I'm pretty sure. There's number 1. I don't remember what number he wore. He's wearing number 12 here in LA. That doesn't look right. We can give him 0. That's what he wears in Cleveland, I'm pretty sure. So we'll give him 0. We would have gave that to Russell Westbrook if I would have drafted him. All right, so numbers are all out of the way. Last thing we need to talk about is the draft class. That's the most important thing in these videos, is the draft class. We got 2008 in the last episode. What's the class that we're going to get today? Spin that wheel. What's the class Another modern one? Not necessarily. More modern than what we had been getting previously. 1991, 1 year away from Shaq. Who is 1991? I feel like I should know this. I feel like I should know who 1991 is. Is that Penny? Did they get Penny first and then draft Shaq the year after, the Magic? I honestly can't remember who was 1991. I know that Shaq's 92. That's pretty infamous. What's going on here? Why can't I... What's going on? User draft classes. Is 2K down? Is the 2K share down? I guess we'll have to go here for right now, at least. 1991 draft class. Who is it? It is... Oh, Grandmama. Larry Johnson is this draft class, along with Troy Cummins. Is he even a real guy? Probably not. Kenny Anderson. Steve Smith. Dikembe's in this class. There's not really anybody here that we absolutely need to get. I can't believe that... Why wouldn't it let me go... Load draft class, user created class. It won't even let me... It won't bring up the hot names or the hot draft classes. Why is it doing this to me? Why does it hate me? 2K sucks. So I guess... you know what? Let me restart the game and see if it comes back up. Because this class is good. I mean, it probably doesn't have everybody that was in the class. It's got a lot of creative guys. So let me reload the game. If it doesn't work, then we'll use that class. But hopefully it does. Okay, so I reset the game and it did work. I downloaded a actual online class from 1991, and it looks like they have Dikembe a little bit better rated. Steve Smith is a little bit better rated. Terrell Brandon is in the class now. He wasn't in the 2K version. 2K's classes just kind of suck. They don't value people very well, and they don't. Oh, Rick Fox is also in this class. They don't value people very well, and they don't put a lot of people in the class, so they don't really do a very good job. So I do want to make sure that some of these guys are available for Rookie of the Year, because sometimes I forget, and then they're not allowed to be Rookie of the Years. Oh, I don't want to see his potential. That's too far down. Age of start season. I don't think I can do it in here. Maybe not. Maybe I have to wait till they actually get drafted. Okay, but this is the class. Larry Johnson. Then you got a couple creative guys. Then you got Dikembe, Steve Smith. Then you got Terrell Brandon. You've got any other names that I recognize? Kenny Anderson. Do I recognize any of these names down here? What is this name? LeBradford Smith. What a name that is. Rick Fox, obviously. It's a decent class. Nothing's too special. Probably worth trading out of the pick, unless one of the many first-round picks that we have ends up getting us the first-round pick, the first overall pick, because I'll certainly draft Larry Johnson with it. But we have 4 draft picks. The Celtics, the Grizzlies, the Heat, and the Pacers. All of them might be good. The Heat and the Grizzlies probably will be good, and the Celtics will be good because they have LeBron, so we have to wait on the Pacers. But, I mean... maybe one of them is bad, who knows? But we've done everything. We talked about the roster, we talked about the recap in the last episode, we did the rotation, and we got the draft class. That's everything we needed to do. So let's simulate to the All-Star draft and see how this team does. About halfway through the season now at the February 12th All-Star draft, and this team is 51-3, so we're better than what we were last season, even though I traded away Giannis and I traded away Anthony Edwards. That's pretty crazy if you think about it. Curry's now starting at point guard because I think Magic Johnson got hurt, and he might still be hurt. Kobe's here, still playing well. Dr. J's been hurt a little bit, so is Kobe. Blake Griffin's now starting at power forward. Kareem's been hurt a little bit. Jordan's even been hurt a little bit. Ben Simmons is playing okay. Page is doing well. Derrick Rose got hurt. He's now back. James Wiseman's still injured, and Magic is still injured. So hopefully those two guys can get better pretty soon. I don't know. I'm hoping that they do. Let's take a look at the stats on the season so far, see how everybody's doing, how everybody's playing. Dr. J in his second season, bumping up his scoring numbers. He's a beast. playing really well. Kobe's playing really well, obviously. Magic Johnson, before his injury, was playing really well, but his numbers have declined a little bit since the injury in terms of his assists, not his scoring. Kareem's obviously doing really well. He's first time he's averaged a double-double this year, or this career. Michael Jordan's still here in his age 37 season, scoring a lot more. Scoring a lot more than he did last year because he's getting a lot more minutes now. Steph Curry starting at point guard now that Magic's hurt, doing okay. James Wiseman's injured, but he's been doing okay. Kevin Love in his first season, being a beast as always. Ben Simmons getting more play time. He didn't even play at all last year, but now he's getting more play time. Then you got Peja doing all right. Blake Griffin's doing all right. Derrick Rose in his first season is okay, but he's been hurt. And then Jaylen Brown. And Pascal's still... Oh, Pascal's actually played because he's got 0.2 blocks per game. So he's actually gotten onto the court for the first time in his career. Good for Pascal. How's the rest of the league doing? How are some of my former Lakers? There's Luka. There's one of them. There's Luka Doncic. 28 points per game, leading the league in scoring. Spencer Haywood's actually starting to pick up the pace there. Dwayne Wade, former Laker, 27 points per game. Giannis, he's taking over. He's certainly going to be a Hall of Famer. I mean, he's got 2 MVPs, 6 titles, an all-defensive team, and now he's got the points to go alongside it. He's going to average about 27, 30 points per game in that range. Oh, yeah, Giannis is for sure a Hall of Famer. Then LeBron, in his second season in Boston, he just needed this first season to get acclimated, but he's back. He's ready to go. So there's LeBron. Then we got CJ McCollum, he's been pretty consistent. Anthony Edwards, in his first season in Miami, is killing the game like I expected him to do. And DeAndre Ayton's been hurt, which is something that he's been known to do. Oh, he ruptured his Achilles. That's his injury. He's done for the year. Oh, DeAndre, that Grizzlies team is good, but not without DeAndre Ayton. They are not as good without him. Maybe Giannis can carry him because he's Giannis, and he's a three-time Finals MVP. I don't know what's going to happen. It's Team LeBron and Team Luka. You knew it had to happen at some point. So Team Luka drafts Larry Bird, Cade Cunningham, Giannis, and Bill Russell, and then Rick Barry, Kobe, Hakeem Olajuwon, Killian Hayes, Shea, Artis Gilmore, and Sidney Wicks, and then it's LeBron's team drafts Marbury, Dwayne Wade, Carmelo, Spencer Haywood, Abdur-Rahim, Chris Bosh, Jaren Jackson Jr., Tim Duncan, LaMelo Ball, Magic, and Anthony Edwards. So LeBron basically drafted all of his friends. Wade, Melo, Bosh. He drafted all of his buddies. But we actually get 2 All-Stars because we've got Magic and we've got Kobe. So 2 All-Stars, one are both on the reserves. But look how many former Lakers we had. Luka, Giannis, then we've got Wade, LeBron, and Anthony Edwards. So 5 extra All-Stars that are former LA Lakers. That's pretty crazy. We've got the rest of the season to figure out, can we continue our hot streak? We're 51-3. I think we can continue. I think this team is pretty good. I will see you guys at the awards when the season's over. Season 24 is wraps, and Giannis is making a case, ladies and gentlemen. He is making his case for greatest of all time. 3 straight MVPs, 2 on the Lakers, and now 1 in Memphis, but he bumped up his numbers exponentially, averaging 28, 13, and 8 on decent shooting splits for Giannis, and he is starting to take over the league, which is what I wanted. Russell Westbrook wins the Rookie of the Year in Orlando, averaging 18, 3, and 7. Then you got Abe O'Neal winning the 6th Man of the Year in San Antonio. Good for him. Bill Russell, another Defensive Player of the Year. How many is that for Mr. Bill Russell? He has 4 in a row, and he's only been in the league for 4 seasons. So 4 straight Defensive Player of the Years for Bill Russell. Then you got Matthew Longley wins the Most Improved Player. What did he go up by? 12 to 17. I can see it. Mason Yee wins the Coach of the Year. Obviously, that's our coach at 78-4. So we only lost 1 more game during the season, and then we didn't win Executive of the Year because they think that we're too good, I guess. All-NBA first team: Luka, Dwayne Wade, Giannis, Spencer Haywood, and Bill Russell. Second team is LaMelo Ball, Killian Hayes, Carmelo Anthony, Abdur-Rahim, and Dave Cowens. Third team is JoJo White, Lucius Allen, Rick Barry, Tim Duncan, Onyeka Okongwu. the defensive team. Michael Jordan makes it, so that's good. We had three former Lakers make the team with Wade, Giannis, and LeBron. All rookie first team, bro. Roy Hibbert made it. Derrick Rose does not make an All-NBA or an All-Rookie team, but I think he got hurt a little bit during the season, and plus he wasn't getting a ton of minutes anyway, so that's probably why he doesn't make the team. But Dr. J led us in scoring for this season, his second year in the league. 18 points per game, 8 rebounds, 6 assists. Kobe had another stellar season for what this team is. I mean, obviously Kobe could drop a lot more than what he's been doing, but we don't really have that opportunity. Then you got Magic, who came back from his injury and picked up the pace a little bit, dropped in the assist numbers, but that's okay. Kareem averaged basically a double-double for the first time this series. Michael Jordan did good, bumped up his scoring a lot more. Then you got Steph Curry, who bumped up his scoring, and his three-point shot fell off a little bit, but he did improve his free throws, so that's okay. James Wiseman did good. Kevin Love in his rookie season did okay. Ben Simmons in the more playtime did pretty good. Peja has kind of fallen off. He's a free agent this year. I don't know if we bring him back. He's been really good for us, don't get me wrong. And plus, like, he's not really getting a lot of playtime because he's behind Dr. J. So, I mean, it's not his fault that he's only averaging 7 points per game. I understand that it's the system and it's the players that we have, but I mean, we might just let him go, see if he can get back to the numbers that he was averaging in Philly and actually he was in Philadelphia most of his career. He took a little break to go play in Milwaukee for a season. I mean, that might be a glitch, actually. I think he was in Philadelphia his entire career. But he's averaging some big numbers. Then we had, Pascal actually scored a 0.1 points per game. All right, Pascal. You love to see it. Jaylen Brown got some more minutes, and he played a little bit better. Derrick Rose got some minutes, but he did get hurt, like I mentioned. What about the rest of the league? How did everybody finish out? Giannis took home the scoring title. He's becoming the greatest. I'm telling you what. In a couple of seasons, I mean, he's only 26. In a couple of seasons, he's going to be an absolute monster. Then you got Luka, Spencer Haywood, Wade. There's LeBron, who bumped up his scoring. You love to see it. Hopefully the Celtics are in the playoffs. I'm not really sure. How did the Grizzlies do without DeAndre Ayton? As you can see, Ayton fell very, very far. Where is DeAndre even? Did he just fall out of contention at all, like the whole time? Where is DeAndre Ayton? If we go to centers, is he in here? Let's just go to the Grizzlies. Where is DeAndre Ayton? Is he still hurt for the entire season? He is. Poor DeAndre. 22 points per game, 13 rebounds. Man, the Grizzlies are going to be tough. They're going to be hard to beat with Giannis, but not as hard now without DeAndre Ayton. And the Grizzlies are the 2 seed. The Celtics are the 6 seed, which is good to see. The Miami Heat are the 1 seed. The Nets are in the play-in game. Very interesting. And they make it. They're playing the Heat. So a couple of years ago, it was Miami and Brooklyn in the conference finals, and now it's Miami and Brooklyn in the first round. Speaking of the first round, we are taking on Luka and the Warriors in round number 1. They also have Mitchell Robinson and Hakeem. This is a much better team than what they had last year. And remember, they were the only team besides the Nets to take a game from us in the playoffs. We take game 1. We take game 2. They take game 3. We take game 4. And Kobe gets hurt. But we do move on. And we're playing the Clippers. Okay. And the Grizzlies fall in the first round. What an upset. So KD and Iverson and Ray Allen, the big 3 that they formed, has dethroned the MVP. So Giannis will not be a 4 straight Finals MVP. He did his part. He did put up 41 in that game. Man, I didn't think that KD would be that much for him, but him and Iverson and Ray Allen put together is just too much, I guess. And we've got the Clippers, who have Colin Sexton and Chris Bosh. We went against this team last year, but they didn't have Colin Sexton or Jalen Brunson, I don't think. So let's see how they do. There's game 1. The Heat moved on, and so did the Celtics got beat by the Pacers. Okay. So we take 2 games, 3 games, and Kobe's hurt, but we do take 4. And we are playing the Portland Trailblazers, another team that I figured would be pretty good because they have Bill Russell. This is a good team. I knew they were going to be a problem because they signed Tracy McGrady. They brought back Bill Russell on the I think he signed his team option or whatever it was. So they have Trae Young, McGrady, Miles Bridges, Willie Wise, and Bill Russell. This is going to be an absolute juggernaut of a matchup. I see 7 games in our future. We take game 1. We take game 2. Maybe not. They take game 3. Kareem is out for the season with a broken finger. They take game 4. We take game 5. The Bucks beat the Sixers in 5. And we beat them in 6. Okay. I thought for a second they were going to beat us, but we beat up on Bill Russell. He doesn't really score a lot of points. Who's this Milwaukee team got? Mike Conley, who left the Knicks. Lonnie Walker, Brandon Ingram, Sidney Wicks, and Bob Lanier. It's not that good of a team, really. Who'd they beat? Who's in Philadelphia? Philadelphia has Barkley, Marbury, and that's about it. Okay. And the Bucks beat the Pacers. Who's on this Pacers team? Because they beat LeBron. The Pacers have Mo Wagner, McGinnis, Desmond Bane. Oh, they have Artis Gilmore. He's been pretty good. All right, so we're going up against Conley and the Milwaukee Bucks. Is this 8 straight, ladies and gentlemen? There's 1. There's not another one. There's 2. Kobe's back. And there's 3. Are we going to take game 5 at the Staples Center? Or are they going to take another one from us? Wow, the Milwaukee Bucks are playing hardball. It's a close game. But down by 9 with 30 seconds to go, we lose. They take 2 games from us. Not a lot of teams have taken 2 games from us. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. Whoops. Well, we won the series. We are NBA champions. Dr. J is the finals MVP. I meant to watch that game or simcast that game. They took 2 games from us. That's pretty impressive. Not many teams can say they took 2 games from us. Player retirements. Oh, here we go. We got some big ones. We've got some Hall of Famers, ladies and gentlemen. Nate Thurman, maybe one of them. Let me check his award history. He's an all-star one time, and no, he's not a Hall of Famer. He put up some good numbers in his career, but he is not a Hall of Famer by NBA 2K standards. He did okay. Dave DeBusschere, what did he do in his career? He won All-NBA defensive team 5 times and a 7-time All-Star. That is on the very, very edge of what I would consider a Hall of Famer. I don't think he's going to be in it. But he's not the ones we're talking about. Mike Conley, guaranteed Hall of Famer. Look at this award history he put up. A 12-time All-Star, an All-NBA first-teamer, a second-teamer, a third-teamer. Yeah, this is a Hall of Fame resume right here. And look at these numbers he was putting up in his prime. He was putting up 26. He was putting up 25. He was putting up 23, 24. I mean, this man was killing the game for a while. And we beat him in the finals. So we denied him his first championship. That's a Hall of Fame career. And speaking of Hall of Fame careers, former LA Laker, bounced around the league a while. After leaving us, he went to Portland, then he went to Milwaukee, then he went to San Antonio, then he was in Houston for a couple of seasons. But that's not what we care about. We care about his award history. 3-time MVP, 2-time NBA champion, 16-time All-Star, 5-time All-NBA first-teamer, absolute guaranteed first-ballot Hall of Famer for Kevin Durant, and his numbers back it up too, because once he left us in LA, he put up 30, he put up 28, 29. I mean, he was just killing the game. That's a Hall of Fame career right there. And another Hall of Fame career, Stephen Curry. Wardell Stephen Curry is retired from the league. He put up some brilliant numbers in his career here in LA, and then went to Dallas, then went to Golden State, then went back to LA for a legacy contract. Take a look at his award history. He's a 5-time NBA champion. He's a 14-time All-Star. He won the Rookie of the Year. This is a guaranteed first ballot Hall of Famer, no doubt about it, for Steph Curry. Blake Griffin also retires, only spent 1 year in LA, but he had some really good seasons, especially in Sacramento. Then he picked it up in Charlotte. Then in Chicago, he had some good seasons. So Blake Griffin's probably a Hall of Famer as well. He won 2 NBA championships. He won 12 All-Star. He didn't win any All-Star. He appeared in 12 All-Star games. That's a Hall of Fame career if you ask me. Charles Barkley won an MVP, was a champion, a 14-time All-Star, a 2-time All-NBA first-teamer. What are his points? His points were pretty solid in Denver. Then they picked up a little bit in New Orleans. And then he went to LA for a season. And then he went to Philly for a season. Absolute guaranteed Hall of... Oh, this is a big retirement class. John Stockton retires. He was leading the league in scoring for a couple of years in his prime. He was absolute monster status for a while. He's a 7-time All-Star, a 3-time All-NBA first teamer, a 5-time second teamer. I'd say that's a Hall of Fame career, but it's probably on the edge of it. Hakeem, he's been a beast since he came into the league. What is his award history looking like? 16-time All-Star. Oh, yeah, he's got the Defensive Player of the Years that bump him up. That's a Hall of Fame career right there. That is an absolute Hall of Fame career. Franz Wagner retires from the league after 17 years. Did he put up any crazy numbers? He's probably not a Hall of Famer. He was a role player. He had some years where he averaged about 19, 20 points per game. But he was a role player on the teams. John Havlicek. Is he a Hall of Famer? No, he's not. Only one All-Star appearance. Decent numbers, but nothing really too surprising or crazy. Jonathan Kuminga. Did we ever have Kuminga? I don't think we did. No, he was in Golden State forever. Then he went to Phoenix, and then he went back to Golden State to end his career. And his award history is just All-Rookie First Team and 2-time All-Star. So he's probably not a Hall of Famer either. But good career, good solid NBA career. Shawn Kemp retires, and this man was a demon when he came in the league. Absolute monster, killing the game. And then award history, All-Rookie First Team, and Rookie of the Year. Not a Hall of Fame career, sadly, for Shawn Kemp, but a good career. Jaden Springer had some decent seasons in Memphis. It was, yeah. These seasons right here in Memphis was absolutely uncontrollable. He was unconscious in Memphis. No awards, no Hall of Fame career, but a very solid NBA career. Wow, this is a big Hall of Fame, or this is a big retirement class. A lot of big names are leaving. So if I had to guess, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 Hall of Famers in this class. Maybe 4. I don't know if Barkley gets it. I'm going to say there's 4 to 5 Hall of Famers in this class. And it is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All of the guys that I said are Hall of Famers make the Hall of Fame. But a guaranteed first ballot for Kevin Durant and Stephen Curry. Their careers are just absolutely out of control. And I'm guessing all of these guys are retired numbers and all that good stuff. Kevin Durant, I wonder if they'll retire Kevin Durant's number in LA, because he was here for a little bit. Well, I guess we'll find out. Solid numbers for everybody here. Their career averages you can see right there. There's so many that I'm not going to read them all like I usually do. But this is a good Hall of Fame class. That is a really, really good Hall of Fame class. Jersey retirements. Oh, we got a lot of them. So we get Conley, retired number 11 in New Orleans. We get John Stockton's number 12 retired in Milwaukee. Curry gets his number 30 retired in both LA and in Dallas. Barkley gets his number 34 retired in Denver. Hakeem gets his number 34 retired in Minnesota and in Golden State. So no Kevin Durant numbers, but Steph Curry added to the list of retired numbers in LA. Let's take a look at it. There it is. Number 30 is now no longer available to be worn by anybody other than Steph Curry in a Laker uniform. Good for him. Steph Curry with the retired number. League meetings, we will reject all of this stuff to make sure everything is good. This one really doesn't matter because we do custom classes anyway. So we'll just reject it. It doesn't really matter. Draft lottery time. Do we have any picks in the lottery? Did any of our teams suck? No, they did not. None of the teams that we drafted or traded with sucked. We have the 17th pick, the 19th pick, the 24th, and the 29th. So none of the teams that we traded with sucked at all. This class is the 91 class. And like I mentioned, there's not really a reason to jump up and get anybody. We don't need Larry Johnson. We don't need Dikembe. I mean, it would be fun to go, no, not today. That would be pretty fun to do. But we don't need anybody, so we will probably just trade out of these picks. 17, yeah, they're not really worth anything. Who do we trade on the team? We got to trade somebody. So who do we trade on the team? We've got a few guys under contract. I'm surprised that Michael Jordan didn't retire. I thought he would. But he didn't retire. We'll bring back some other guys that are bird right, like we have the bird rights on Ben Simmons and Jaylen Brown and all those guys. So those guys will come back. Kareem is probably the only guy that I would consider trading. we probably have to make our own deal for Kareem. We spent a lot of draft picks to get him. I remember that. We don't have the bird right. Is it going to tell me if I have the bird rights? Probably not. But we have the player option on James Wiseman, and all these guys like Ben Simmons, Jaylen Brown, they're all expired, but they are restricted. So we'll bring those guys back. That's not going to matter too much. But Kareem, full maximum value. What team needs a center? The Cavs certainly need a center, but they've got a lot of problems. LeBron's contract is expired in Boston. It'll be interesting to see if he leaves Boston and signs somewhere else. Who needs a center? The Hawks need a center. The Heat don't need one. The Hornets need one, but they've got Nerlens Noel. The Kings could use one. Kareem, Jaren Jackson Jr., and Chauncey Billups as a big three. That'd be pretty good. The Knicks don't really need one. The Magic don't need one. Mavericks could use a center. The Nets need a center, but I don't want the Nets to be that great. The Nuggets don't need one. The Pacers don't. The Pelicans do. The Pistons don't. The Raptors certainly do. The Raptors, we might trade with the Raptors. They certainly need one. They have to bring back Killian Hayes, but the Raptors really need a center. The Rockets don't need one. The Spurs don't. The Suns don't. The Thunder really could use one, I guess. But I'm trying to pick teams that aren't in the Western Conference. What about the Bucks? The Bucks have Bob Lanier, and the Bucks just made it to the finals. I think the best team and the best option is the Raptors. The Raptors need a center. Their only main piece that they need to re-sign is Killian Hayes. So you give me back... Oh, all of their contracts are expired. All of them. All of them are expired. They have Timofey Mozgov. You give me back Timofey, but you give me all of your picks. All of your first-round picks. I want them all because Kareem is a very good player. So you give me all your first-round picks and Timofey Mozgov, and they're not interested in this trade. So I'll give you one of my many first-round picks from this year's class, and they're not interested in the deal. So I'll give you another first-round pick. They're not interested in the deal, so I'll give them another first-round pick, and they accept the contract, or they accept the trade. So we get rid of Kareem, which is a little bit hard to digest, that we just traded Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, one of the greatest of all time, if not the greatest of all time. But we still have Magic, we still have Kobe, we still have Jordan, the big three right there. And we've got some good players. We've got Timofey now, who doesn't really matter that much. And he's got a big old contract, so we might as well just dump him off for something. Does that say Jalen Green? Oh, hello, Jalen Green. I've wanted him forever. I have wanted Jalen Green forever, and I think I'm going to pull the trigger. Give me Jalen Green. Thank you very much. We've got a new backup shooting guard. Well, not a really backup shooting guard, but I've wanted Jalen Green for a long time. He was in Milwaukee forever, and he was dominating the league for a long time. Then he went to Utah. We played him in the final, not the finals, the second round, I think. I don't think we ever played him in the conference finals. Then he went to Atlanta, and then he was in Cleveland. Now he's in LA, and he's got 10-time All-Star. Let's add some championships to that resume. That's what we're trying to go for. Okay. So the big trade is done. Now we just need to trade away our other first-round pick that we have, and then we'll be good. So the 17th overall pick from the Celtics. And let's go with a team that we haven't really traded with at all. So let's see what we can get. The Pacers have been pretty good, so we won't trade with them. The Spurs. Let's trade with the Spurs. We haven't traded with the Spurs at all, so we'll give the Spurs that pick. So our next future draft picks, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 first-round picks next year in the 2046 class. I really hope that it's a good draft class because we're going to need it. We have a lot of first-round picks. All right, we don't need to really care about this draft, but we will see where Larry Johnson goes. He goes number 1 overall to the Timberwolves. The Jazz take Dikembe. Dale Davis goes to the Kings. We get Chris Gatlin to the Cavs. Then we get Billy Owens to the Knicks. Doug Smith. We'll go to the top 10. Steve Smith goes to the Pistons. We get a trade, and the Magic and the Hornets traded, and now they get Richard Dumas. And they had back-to-back picks, and they take, was that 2 shooting guards? I don't know what you're doing there. Kenny Anderson goes. Sim to the end of the draft. We didn't have any picks. Larry Johnson's an 80. Dikembe's a 76. Steve Smith is a 77. All right, pretty interesting. Very, very interesting. Kenny Anderson's 77 as well. Rookie signings, we don't need to sign anybody. The stuff. Oh, James Wiseman declined his player option. Very interesting. Everybody else accepted theirs. That's very, very intriguing. We're going to have to try and bring him back or sign somebody else, I guess. That's also a possibility. But we are going to have to figure out what we do here. We don't have any qualifying offers. Now we start the moratorium period. Bill Russell's there. Bill Russell might be the option. We do need a big-time center. We don't have any centers on the roster. So we need a backup small forward and 2 centers. We need a backup small forward and 2 centers. Oh, but Bill Russell's restricted, so we can't. They're just going to match whatever contract offer. So we might as well, and we have the bird rights on him, so we might as well just go back for James Wiseman, offer him the contract. Okay, so there we go. We need another small forward. Like I said, we probably weren't going to bring back Peja, even though we have the bird rights on him. Let's go for somebody else. It doesn't have to be anybody crazy. Who's another old guy that we could bring in? So we got Sean Elliott, Peja, Gregory Benjamin. I mean, I guess we could just bring back... Ooh, Keita! Yeah, let's bring Keita back. I love Keita Bates-Diop. All right, so now we just need another center to back up James Wiseman, and we will be good to go for this team. Who's here that could be pretty decent? We got Bill Laimbeer. We got Jalen Smith, who's a little bit older. Precious is a little bit older. Nerlens Noel could be interesting. Anybody else? Kelly Olynyk could be cool. I'm not really seeing anybody that's too intriguing. Except for maybe Precious. Precious could be pretty cool. Or Bill Laimbeer. Bring some of that edginess to the roster. Let's see what we get. So all 3 of them agree, so that's cool. We'll see what happens. And we got all 3 of them. All right. So let's take a look at the roster now. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So we need another guy to fill out a 14-man roster. Probably another wing / small forward. So let's go for like a small forward that can play bigger. Is there somebody like that? Tony Snell might be able to play some power forward if we ask him to. But we also got like Solomon Hill, Shabazz Muhammad probably could. No, he can play shooting guard. DeAndre Bembry, no. Georges Niang, I know he can. Yeah, let's bring in Georges. I love Georges. I used to watch him at Iowa State. So we'll bring him in. He can play some backup minutes. Or probably not at all. He probably won't play any minutes. All right, the team has gotten progressively worse, and that's the goal. I was trying to make this team progressively worse because we've been winning 8 straight championships. That's the whole goal. So some big things happen. That's why I didn't go for Bill Russell. He just automatically got matched and came back to Portland for 4 more years. LeBron goes to the Wizards. Okay, so LeBron leaves Boston, says, yeah, thanks for having me for 2 seasons, but you guys suck. I'm going to the Capitol. DC is home of the king. LeBron James is going to Washington. Pacers get Casey Jones. The Warriors sign Giannis, so they have Giannis and Luka. And Hakeem. Oh, no, Hakeem retired. They have Giannis and Luka on that. That Warriors team is going to be nasty. Dwayne Wade stays in New Orleans. Who else? Anything else big happened? Peja went to join LeBron in Washington. We're going to have to watch out for that Washington team. They're going to be pretty scary. Well, I can't believe that Giannis went to go join Luka. Dr. J's up to a 97. Magic is a 94. Kobe's starting his steady decline in his career. James Wiseman's back on the team. He's an 89. Ben Simmons is starting to grow. He's an 88. Then you got... actually, we might play Ben Simmons at power forward. We could certainly do that if we need to. Kevin Love is an 82. I might play Ben Simmons at power forward this season. See how he does. Then we got... Let's just do that now. Can I... Oh, I can't do that now. Let's just go to the season and I'll switch all that stuff. Some good progression from the boys. You love to see it. All right, so let's see what the roster's looking like. So let's change Ben Simmons. And there we go. Let's change Ben Simmons to power forward. Power forward point guard is going to be his new position. And he's an 89 now, so he's going to be our starting power forward. So the rotation is Magic Johnson, Kobe, Dr. J, Ben Simmons, and James Wiseman. With Jordan, Jaylen Brown off the bench. And I will change Jaylen Brown to have the cornrows instead of the flat top like he has when he was younger. Derrick Rose, Kevin Love, Bill Laimbeer, Pascal. Jalen Green's just here as a kind of legacy career because I like Jalen Green and I've wanted him for a while. Okay. This team's certainly not as good as it has been previously, but that is by design. I certainly could have been kept all those guys, but I decided not to. And we'll see how this team does. Ben Simmons, Dr. J, he's been dominating the league since he entered it. Kobe's starting his decline as he gets older. We'll see how long Kobe goes. We're going to have to look for another shooting guard. I mean, we have Jaylen Brown, who could take over, certainly. But we'll have to look for another player after Kobe retires. And then Cato won't get any minutes. Maybe Pascal gets some minutes if somebody gets hurt. Okay, I like this team. This team's good. It's not the greatest it's been. It's certainly not 82-0 worthy or 80-2 like our highest or our most amount of wins we've had. But it's a good team. I think that it's worthy of another championship. Maybe not. Maybe we lose. I mean, we have won 8 straight, so I guess I wouldn't be too heartbroken if we lost the next episode. But that is it. Episode 24 in the books. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, leave a like, subscribe to the channel, join the Juice Club. Main channel link is down below in the description. You want to go check out the main channel. It's got Madden, it's got 2K, it's got, actually not too much 2K anymore. It's got MLB The Show, some Throwback Thursday from some older Madden games. So if any of that intrigues you, certainly go and check it out. If not, totally cool. You can stick around here and get your fancy of NBA 2K. I got plenty of content on this channel as well. But thanks for stopping by. As always, I really do appreciate it every time you guys stop by. And I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.